All right, so right now we have week 9 of our NFL pick'ems. All right, so let's get right to it. If you listen to my pick on Thursday Night Football, I picked the Indianapolis Colts to defeat the New York Jets. Now, did I think the Jets was going to score 30 points? Trust me, I did not. But guess what? The Jets still lost. Colts won. Okay, so the prediction went down as planned in the end. So let's go ahead and go to our Sunday games, November 7th, which is tomorrow. Okay, first we have a division rival, those Dirty Birds of ATL, fresh off a World Series win. Congratulations, Braves. Y'all beat my Astros, whatever. Anyways, they're going against the New Orleans Saints in New Orleans, the 5-2 Saints. The Falcons are 3-4. Now, see, let me tell you something about this matchup. It does not matter what the record is of these two teams. I mean, the Falcons could be 0-7 and the Saints could be 7-0. And let me tell you something. This still would be a very competitive game. You know why? This rivalry runs deep. Now, trust me, go ask somebody who's an Atlanta Falcons fan. Go ask somebody who is a New Orleans Saints fan. They're going to tell you those two games, whenever those two teams play, oh, man, it is a rival, okay? It's a lot of trash talking going on. So, to be honest with you, a lot of times home field advantage doesn't really mean anything because I think you got a lot of Saints fans that's in Atlanta. And I think you got a lot of Atlanta fans that's in New Orleans. You know, it just does not matter. But anyways, if Jameis Winston was playing this game, guess what? I would have the Saints winning this game for sure. But the Saints have Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill is going to be the starter, I believe. And the thing about it is with Taysom Hill, I think he's going to give them a good game, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to win. Matt Ryan is still a good quarterback, people. Matt Ryan is no scrub. A lot of people forget that he still even exists, but he is still there. You know, you ask one person, who's the quarterback for the Falcons, they might say Matt Schaub. Matt Schaub just retired last year. He was the backup for like 10 years over there. But anyways, I'm rolling with the New Orleans Saints on this one, okay? I think Taysom Hill, I think the Falcons, well, I hate to say that the Falcons are going to come out and be like, well, you know what? I think they're going to take a little gas off the pedal because Jameis Winston is out. But the thing about it with Taysom Hill, man, most of the time we see him play is he'll come in and out. You don't really particularly see him play a whole game. So it's going to be interesting to see how he does in a whole game. All right, and plus they got Mark Ingram back over there, and I think this team here is going to be run heavy. All right, and I think Taysom Hill, I don't think he's the most accurate quarterback, but I do feel like he's at least respectable. He's not Tim Tebow, okay? So what I mean by that is I believe he's a better passer than Tim Tebow, but he does have Tim Tebow type tendencies as far as him affecting the run game. So I'm going to roll with the New Orleans Saints. And guess what? That Saints defense is ferocious. You combine a good run game with a good defense. Oh, my goodness. All right. But I still think the Falcons are going to make this a competitive game, but I got the Saints winning this game here. All right. Next matchup, we have the Broncos of Denver versus the Cowboys of Dallas. Man. The Broncos, listen, last week they traded Von Miller, franchise icon over there in Denver, franchise icon in the NFL. So here's the thing, losing a guy like that out of that locker room and his presence is not there, that is going to be felt, people. And guess what? I could see if they was going up against a team that has a losing record, but they're going up against the Dallas Cowboys right now. And I'm gonna be honest with you, Dallas Cowboys look like they could potentially win the Super Bowl for real. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I'm not a Cowboys hater. But I always get on people that I know, friends and family who are Cowboy fans, and I talk trash with them, you know, just to get their reaction and stuff. But I respect the Cowboys. And this year, I think the Cowboys, man, they actually have a chance to do some damage. Dak Prescott, man, he's that dude. He is that dude. I'm telling you. They're 6-1 in Dallas. Expectations are high for this team throughout the years. You know, this team here, like outside of the Emmitt Smith, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin, Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys, they came after that. Whenever they have heavy expectations to win a game, they tend to fall a little bit on the short side below that. But I think they're going to take care of business and beat the Denver Broncos in this one. All right. Plus, with the Denver Broncos, after losing Von Miller, him being traded to the Rams, that's a big loss, people, and that's going to take a big toll on this team. All right. And I think the Cowboys are going to take advantage of that. All right. Next matchup, we have the New England Patriots sitting at 4-4 versus the Carolina Panthers at 4-4. This is a Super Bowl rematch, right? But now none of those same people are there except for Bill Belichick. But anyways, I'm going to roll with the New England Patriots on this one, people. Mac Jones, man, return of the Mac. And I know, man, I'm back to run the show. You lied to me. Return of the Mac. Man, That song is so catchy, man, and it came out like almost 30 years ago. But anyways, I think the New England Patriots are going to take care of business. They're 4-4. The Patriots, they are trying to get that number 6 or 7 wild card spot, and I think they're going to get one of those. Okay, now it's up to the Buffalo Bills to not slip, because if they slip, those Patriots may catch them up for that division. Because guess what? Bill Belichick normally does his best work in November and December. I'm telling you. But in this matchup, I'm rolling with the New England Patriots on this one. I don't see the Carolina Panthers winning this game. I'm not sure. Is Sam Darnold even back yet? I don't know, but I don't think Christian Mack is back. And they just haven't been the same since C-Mac hasn't been back. Man, ain't that something? If if C-Mac was returning, we could truly run the song, Return of the Mac, Return of the Mac. But guess what? This game we would have had 2 Macs versus each other, and we have to pick and choose. You can get with this Mac or you can get with that Mac. All right. But anyways, I'm rolling with Mac Jones and the New England Patriots to win this game and to go 5-4. Next matchup, we have the Minnesota Vikings versus the Baltimore Ravens. Vikings sitting at 3-4, the Ravens sitting at 5-2. Let me tell you something. I'm rolling with the Baltimore Ravens, people. I'm rolling with the Ravens. Guess what? In Lamar Jackson, I trust. I got to look in the camera on this one. In Lamar Jackson, I trust. Do you understand? In John Harbaugh, I trust. Okay? Baltimore Ravens home field advantage. I trust. I believe in this team right here. And this team here is a very, 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 very battle-tested team here, you know. And the Vikings, here's the thing with Kirk Cousins. Whenever you expect them to win, they don't win. But whenever you expect them to lose, they end up playing better. So they may barely lose, or they may actually come out with the win. I don't think that's going to happen in this case. I think they're not going to win this game. And I got Lamar Jackson leading the Baltimore Ravens to a victory. And Lamar's going to once again show the world why, guess what? I'm that dude. You think Aaron Rodgers is a bad man. I'm a badder man. Who's bad? Lamar Jackson is bad, people, for real. If Michael Jackson can be bad, Lamar Jackson is bad. It runs in the DNA. Last name Jackson. I don't make this stuff up, people. I don't. All right, the next matchup, we have the Browns of Cleveland versus the Bengals of Cincinnati. Man, if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, you getting the Cleveland Browns at the right time. They going through all this turmoil and all this stuff or whatever. It's report. I don't know if I should start this out by saying rumor has it or what reports have. Because nowadays, reports are just rumors because people don't follow up on questions. People don't investigate. They don't vet their sources and all that. They get to say whatever the hell they want. But here's the thing. I got the Joe Burrow and those Cincinnati Bengals bouncing back and winning this game. They lost last week to the Jets. You know, they overlooked the Jets. They overlooked the Jets because they just got through defeating the Baltimore Ravens. But guess what? They overlooked the Jets because they were so high after beating the Ravens, which was a very, very, very huge win for them. But also, you got to factor in, they was also looking forward to that Cleveland Brown matchup. But they looked over the Jets, and they got schooled last week. Hopefully, they learned their lesson. I think Joe Burrow, who's so thorough, who's about to do the thing tomorrow, is going to defeat the Cleveland Browns. Excuse me, you got my child. He's 2 years old. Sometimes when you tell them to be quiet, they tend to get louder. So please excuse that. But as long as you can hear my voice, pay attention to me, people. So I have Joe Burrow up against Baker Mayfield. Listen, they say Baker Mayfield, he has a bad shoulder and stuff like that. Listen, Baker Mayfield was already known for not having the strongest arm. And the weather's starting to get cold, people. And then he has that shoulder too. So he's probably going to be throwing more short passes. But guess what? I'm not sure if their running backs are coming back, Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb. But guess what? They're going to need those two if they want to have any chance of defeating the Cincinnati Bengals. But I'm going to tell you something about Joe Burrow. He took it to this Cleveland Brown team last year. All right. But now that this Bengal team has gotten better, I think Joe Burrow is going to lead the way, and they're going to go 6-3 because I think they learned their lesson from last week. All right. Now, once again, they say the Browns team has been divided because Odell Beckham, the release of Odell Beckham. You have half the team that wanted him, half the team didn't want him, okay? And here's the thing. That's going to cause a little bit of animosity in the locker room, I believe. But I believe animosity is always everywhere. It may or may not affect their performance, but I'm going to tell you this. Whether if Odell Beckham was there, whether if the morale of this Cleveland Brown team was from 1 to 10, the scale of 1 to 10 was a 10.9. Let me tell you something. I'm still going to pick the Bengals on this, okay? Because doesn't matter the morale of the team. Listen, I don't think Baker Mayfield is better than Joe Burrow. I don't. So I got the Bengals winning this game, people. Don't get mad at me, Browns fans. Hey. But anyways, next matchup we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 1-6. I don't even remember the Jacksonville Jaguars even winning the game. People, oh, that's right, they beat the Dolphins. That's right, I forgot about that. Anyways, we got the Bills versus the Jaguars. This right here, man, if you're the Bills, you can easily overlook this team, but I don't think they're going to do that. And even if they did overlook this team, I still think they have enough ammo to beat this team by at least 10 points. So doesn't matter if you win by 10, by 1, by 5. Guess what? A win is a win. Just like Dom Toretto says, in a race, it doesn't matter if you win by inch, 5 inches. Hey, a win is a win. All right, it's a W. Like Jameis Winston, eat them W's. But anyways, let's go with the Buffalo Bills on this one. This is not a hard one, people. I mean, Jacksonville, they're not trying to win. Trevor Lawrence is going. I was going to say Joey Lawrence. Whoa. Okay. Trevor Lawrence, he's going to be going up against this Buffalo Bill defense. They're going to be going up against Josh Allen. Listen, I don't think he's ready for what's about to happen with this Buffalo Bill defense. Hey, he's going through the rookies ups and downs. So, you know, it comes with the territory. It comes with the job. But I'm going to roll with the Buffalo Bills on this one, people, most definitely. Next matchup, we have the battle of the most inconsistent and the most, like, what should I call this? Like dumpster fire of running an organization, Houston Texans versus the Miami Dolphins. Listen, it's bad. Even though the Dolphins are 1-7, I still think they are ran much better than the Houston Texans. All right. The only thing that they have in common is all the Deshaun Watson rumors. But here's the thing. Tyrod Taylor's supposed to be coming back. Let's knock on wood, and let's pray that Tyrod Taylor can have a good, clean bill of health. I'm a Tyrod Taylor fan. The last game the Texans won, Tyrod Taylor played. And remember, the last time we saw him play against the Cleveland Browns, he was doing real good until he got hurt. I think he was like 10 for 11, like 115 yards. He was out there, death by 1,000 cuts out there, man. But he got hurt. All right, so that injury bug always catches this young man. I hate that. I hate that big time. All right, but they're going up against the Miami Dolphins, who historically, Tyrod Taylor normally does pretty good against them. You know how I know? Because one of my good friends, Chris, he's a Miami Dolphins fan, and he said so. So I'm gonna take his word for it. No need to Google. I'm gonna take his word for it. But here's the thing: Texans going on the road. I always tell my friend, hey, you know what? The Texans are way worse than the Dolphins, and we're going to find that out. Watch. The Houston Texans are going to make the Miami Dolphins look like the undefeated Miami Dolphins that won the Super Bowl. I'm telling you, for real, people, because it's ridiculous in the Texans. Okay, so I'm gonna roll with the Miami Dolphins on that one. I think Tua was questionable. If Tua is playing, the Miami Dolphins is winning. Okay, they're gonna win that game. All right, so no doubt in my mind. So I got the Dolphins winning that one. Next matchup, we have the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New York Giants. All right, people. Like, I thought the New York Giants did a decent job going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. That was a close game. That was a heartbreaker. They could have won that game. And anytime a team is coming off a close game, a heartbreaker, off a Monday night football game where everybody watched and they playing the next week, if they don't have a bye, guess what? I'm rolling with their opponent. And I got the Las Vegas Raiders winning this game. But also, the thing you got to factor in, what's the wide receiver, Henry Suggs, for the Raiders? That's tragic. That's very tragic what happened in that situation and stuff. So that right there, that's going to take a lot of toll on that locker room right there. So I think that's going to be a big distraction for the Raiders. But I still think the Las Vegas Raiders are going to be able to pull it off. Derek Carr, man, has been real good this year. He's been real good, and they've been going through a lot of things this year. It seems like every other week is always some type of drama with the Raiders. But guess what? They're 5-2. That's all that matters, right? So I'm going to roll with the Raiders on that matchup. Next matchup, we have the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Why does it feel like I haven't seen the Chargers play in about a month? All right, but anyways, Chargers sitting at 4-3. They started off real good and everybody hyping up Justin Herbert. Now you're 4-3. Where's the hype? Okay, where's that dude at? They're going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to tell you something, man. This is not going to be an easy game for the Chargers. And I do believe that the Eagles are very capable of winning this game. All right, so that's why I'm rolling with the Philadelphia Eagles to defeat the Los Angeles Chargers. If this game was in L.A., of course I'm going to pick the Chargers, but I'm going to roll with Philly, y'all. All right, so I think the Eagles are going to take care of business on this matchup. Next matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers with Jordan Love getting his first start with the Packers at 7-1 versus Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs sitting at 4-4. All right. Well, when you look at this game, you know what? Instantly, I would think, well, they're playing in Kansas City. Guess what? For sure. You know what? Kansas City Chiefs gonna mop the floor with them. But guess what? They barely mopped the floor with the Giants on national television. So on this matchup, guess what, people? I know Justin Love is I know Jordan Love is a rookie, but guess what? You know what? The Kansas City Chiefs, their defense, they cannot stop the run. The Packers, they can run the ball and they have a solid defense, okay? It wouldn't surprise me if this is a very, very close game, but I think it's going to come down to Patrick Mahomes. They're 4-4. Mahomes is going to have to do his thing to make sure that his team can catch up with the Raiders. And I think Patrick Mahomes is going to be focused this week, and I think the Chiefs are going to pull the victory out. But I think it's going to be close, okay? Next matchup, we have I'm going to say St. Louis. The Arizona Cardinals sitting at 7-1 versus the San Francisco 49ers at 3-4. Yeah, I'm glad they're 3-4. But in this matchup, I want the Niners to win this game. George Kittle is coming back. Here's the thing, that J.J. Watt injury does matter, people. It does matter. And also, we saw, last week? Matter of fact, even the game when they played against the Texans. And also last week, they was getting some hits on Kyler Murray. They was getting some hits on him. People. All right? And let me tell you something. This Niners pass rush is legit. Now, I know for the past 2 years, this Niners pass rush do struggle against mobile quarterbacks. But overall, I trust this Niners defense. Murray is going to get his runs. He's going to get his runs. But the thing about it is they got some boys on that defense. They got some men on that defense that's going to put a hit on them. All right. And George Kittle is there. That's a big boost for this San Francisco 49er team. So you know what? I got the San Francisco 49ers winning this game against the Cardinals. I don't hate the Cardinals, but as a Seahawks fan, I don't like them sitting at 7-1. And I don't like the Niners. But here's the thing. On this case, let me see. My main enemy is my ally against another enemy. Boom. Bars. Anyways, next matchup, we have the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee sitting at 6-2 versus the Los Angeles Rams. Man, this would have been a big-time game had Derrick Henry played. Because have y'all seen that commercial with Derrick Henry when he's running through the Rams defense and you got two Rams defenders holding on to him and they're like, are you ever going to stop? That would have been a perfect situation on this one. But unfortunately, Derrick Henry got hurt last week and he's out for the season, man. But they did sign Adrian Peterson. I think Adrian Peterson is going to bring a pretty good boost to this team. Of course, he's not Derrick Henry. If this was Adrian Peterson in his prime, yeah. But I think he's going to still be able to bring something to this team. You got Julio Jones. You got A.J. Brown. You got two good receivers for Ryan Tannehill, And I think they can, man, it's going to be hard going up against this Rams defense, for real. Jalen Ramsey, whoever he is on is pretty much going to be shut down. No doubt, okay? But this is going to be a tough one. But I don't want the Rams to win, but I don't see the Rams losing. I will hope for them to lose, but I'm going to pick the Rams. Matthew Stafford is that good. The Tennessee Titans, they have been on a roll, but I'm going to roll with the Rams on this one, people. Let's see. In our Monday night matchup, boom, 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 we got the Bears of Chicago sitting at 3-5 versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. Versus the Pittsburgh Steelers, people, who's sitting at 4-3. Game is in Pittsburgh. These two teams here, man, historically, two iconic teams in the NFL as far as history-wise, And I think, let me tell you something. I think Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers, they're going to take care of business, people. They're going to take care of business. All right? I don't see a rookie quarterback going in Pittsburgh and beating them. I think Fields can make the game very competitive, but I am rolling with the Steelers. Now, what the Steelers going to have to do, they're going to have to make sure they protect Big Ben because Khalil Mack is still that dude, I'm telling you. But I'm rolling with the Pittsburgh Steelers on this one. I think Big Ben going to take care of business. They see the debacle that's going on in Cleveland. They understand that, hey, you know what? Hey, we're still in the mix. You know what I'm saying? If the Bengals lose, hey, we're tied with the Bengals. If the Ravens lose, we're still tied with them. It's the first half of the season. Mike Tomlin teams tend to play pretty good when in the second half of the season, all right? So I'm going to roll with the Steelers on this one. So let's do a full recap on our pick'ems here. We have, let's see, the New Orleans Saints beating the Falcons. We got the Cowboys beating the Broncos. We got the Patriots beating the Panthers. Come on, we got the Ravens beating the Vikings. We got the Bengals beating the Browns. We got the Bills beating the Jaguars. We got the Dolphins beating the Texans. We got the Raiders beating the Giants. Who's going to win this Chargers and Eagles game? We have the Eagles. We're going to win that game. Then next up, we got the Packers versus the Chiefs. We got Patrick Mahomes going to win that game for the Chiefs. The next matchup, we have the Cardinals versus the Niners. I want the Niners to win, but I think the Cardinals probably going to win. But I'm going to put my money, my reputation, my word on the Niners to win this game because George Kittle is back. And we have the Titans versus the Rams. I want the Titans to win, but I think the Rams are going to pull it off. All right, the next matchup, we have the Bears versus the Steelers. Hey, if this was a matchup where a real Bear versus Steeler, of course I'm going to go with a Bear over a million Steelers. But this is football, people. I'm rolling with the Steelers over the Bears. And I tell you what, share your thoughts in the comment section below and let me know who do you think are going to win this week's games, all right? And hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching the YouTube channel. And if you listen to the podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts at, please go down and drop a review for your boy, all right? Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Student of the Game Podcast. Peace out.